And I seriously mean we need to. Like, there's no getting around this. You need to unlock this. Through this, I'm pretty sure it's possible. Hook shot across here, which allows you to get to here. So now we've wasted 2 of our very precious keys, the only 2 we have. We basically need to make the best of what we've just done. This is already the worst thing ever, in case you can't tell. Oh boy. And now if I remember correctly, the worst mini-boss in the game ever. Get your level 2 shield, you're actually gonna need it. Yeah, if he hits you with that, you get launched back to the beginning of the dungeon. Fun times. And that's why he's the worst mini-boss ever, because that resets his health bar. Which means you wasted your time, if that happens. Yup. Worst mini-boss ever. At least the game is somewhat generous enough to give you plenty of things you can do to, at least get some fairies back, but still this automatically makes him the worst mini-boss ever. You need to dodge the uppercut, there's no blocking it. Kill him. What makes it even worse is the fact that that door locks, so now you're basically forced to kill this guy to unlock it again. So that you can get into the room with the electric balls, so that you can get fairies. No, I'm gonna go for it. I got a piece of power. Going for it is probably ill-advised, but I'm going for it. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. I'm also not sure if you can hurt him with the boomerang. Might as well try. I'm pretty sure I can make that jump if I'm fast enough, but I'd rather not risk it at this point. Because I am already low enough on health. And it's probably more important to have the shield. See, the thing is, you get around this guy's back, but he turns around. Okay, a straight is usually one you can block. If he charges up like that, you need to get out of his way, because he will just outright murder you. Okay, wow, I can't even hit him. That's cool. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna stand on top of you, and you can't do anything about it. That's completely fair, and not bullshit at all. Though, I'll tell you a funny story. The first time I ever fought this guy, I had 0 problems at all. Second time, I could not beat that guy for the life of me. Took about 20 attempts. Let's see how many attempts it takes this time. Because this is going to be my 3rd time in my life beating this guy. Because I'm not quitting this until I beat him. That is my one promise I will make. I refuse to quit until he's dead. Because that guy's an asshole. I'm not even going to go... I really should go in full health, but I don't really want to. Now, fine, I'll go get some fairies. For starters, it's the sane thing to do. Okay, good. One fairy is better than none. Oh boy. Well, this isn't... Like, the layout isn't that bad, to be completely honest. It's a little bit confusing. But as long as you know what you're doing, you're pretty much fine. You just need to know how to avoid these balls of doom. Flaming balls of fire. I was right, you can make that jump. Good. Well, I don't have the level 2 sword, but you definitely need the shield for this. It's basically your best tool. Oh my god. That thing has a stupid range too, so you really have to watch out for that thing. And he can do that! Which makes him even more annoying than he already was. I hate this guy. This is the kind of boss where if I had save states, I would just abuse him till he's dead, because he's not worth trying to actually fight. Because he's coded stupidly. Actually, he's coded brilliantly, which is a problem, because he's coded way too well. For a Game Boy game. Game Boy players can't handle this level of good AI. They weren't trained to fight something like this. The game didn't train me at all to fight something like this. This is a boss that can actually learn and follow patterns. This isn't... I guess not really. I guess his pattern is that it basically chases you down until you're dead. Which is pretty much the hardest pattern to get around in video gaming history. But still. This boss is pretty terrible, and you have to hit him from the back. That's part of what makes this so bad. And the fact that he does, like, stupid amounts of damage. And the fact that his hitbox is kind of, oh my god, I'm done. Well, whatever damage I did to him is now gone. Worst boss ever. So we've been sent back to the beginning like 3 or 4 times now. I'm going to have to edit this thing so heavily, I have a feeling, because no one wants to see this. Tell you what, I'm going to try him one more time, and if I can't do it, then I'm just going to cut out probably about 30 minutes worth of me dying to this guy. Because this guy is the worst thing ever put into this game. But before that, I'm going to go grab a second fairy. Because it's kind of needed. Just thank God these guys aren't too far away, because otherwise that would be really annoying. That's good. 1 fairy's all I need. Oh boy. And hookshot time. So, who wants to make guesses on how long I'm going to be in this dungeon? Because we're basically done the dungeon. We only need to do like 2 more things. More or less. And then we're done with this dungeon. For the most part. More or less. So, we need to find the staircase that goes to the hidden area. Which, easier said than done. But it's not too bad. Because there's only 2 staircases I can think of that could possibly lead there. But in order to do those, we need to get the item in this chest. And I already know where the boss key is hidden. Plus how to go about getting it. Oh my god, you're the worst boss ever. You really are. Leg does not make this any funner. Oh my god. Yeah, if you get hit by that, because that thing has a stupid hitbox. Like, particularly from the top, that thing has a stupid hitbox. Because you can actually get hit by his upswing. You can actually get hit by hitting him while he's doing that. Which makes no sense. Yeah. Do you see now why I think this boss is the worst boss in the game by far? Because he's coded so badly. And his uppercut is so broken. It breaks the game. His uppercut. That's how bad it is. There's something you can't really do anything about except for just get out of the way. You can't even hit him while he's doing it, because apparently the game thinks that you're now in pro of him when you hit him. Thus basically insta-killing you Or at least forcing you back to the start of the dungeon, which is bullshit. Because of bad coding. There's also much bad coding, but it's coding that's too strong for the game. 2 fairies. Because I could keep doing this over and over again for infinity as long as I don't die on the boss. And even if I do die on the boss, then I don't go back that far. At least the game is nice and respawns me at the entrance instead of respawning me up north, because that would... I just jumped down. Wow. Okay. So this is annoying. As I'm sure you've already guessed, this is probably my least favorite thing to do of all time now. I just fell off because the game is dumb. I just skipped all of them. Well, no super hits for me. The first boss in the game that forces you to use a shield. An item that I have not used at all this entire game because, for the most part, it's kind of useless. Don't get hit by that, or you're going back to the beginning. Okay, that time it works. Okay. And you're back to the beginning, because the game is... This is the worst coding ever. There's no way to get around him. It's like, oh, you get hit by that straight, you're already done. Ugh. I hate this boss. Why would you put this in the game? It's like, oh, let's put a boxer in here, and let's make him super hard. He's harder than the boss of the game, in my honest opinion. Because at least the boss of the game doesn't send you back to the beginning of the dungeon if he hits you with a stupid fucking move. No, he just kills you, and then you restart, and you have a chance to get more health. Plus, the boss of the game, there's ways to actually get around his bullshit. And trust me, the boss of the game has a fair amount of bullshit. It's a different brand of bullshit than this, though. It's the type of bullshit that you can at least fight against, it's just annoying. This guy's bullshit, there's no easy way around it. You have to just be good with a shield. Which, throughout this entire game, the game has basically been teaching you that the shield is useless. Well, guess what? This is the only time in the game where the shield is actually useful. The only time. Pretty much. Except for the tile rooms. But there's not much fun to those tile rooms because you sit in the corner. You can't sit in the corner with this boss. The game won't allow you to. Not that I would get much done anyway, because then there's nothing to do. You just sit in the corner for the entire fight and nothing would get done. I just jumped in the lava because this game has bad controls. It's not even so much the game, it's more the fact that my GameCube controller is bad. Because for those of you who don't know, the GameCube controller's analog stick on my controller is pretty much already fucked, so I can't use it. Because analog sticks were not meant for Game Boy games. So I'm using the D-pad on the GameCube. That tiny little D-pad, for those of you who've seen the GameCube controller, the one that's below the analog stick, that little D-pad. Try playing anything with that little D-pad. Well, for starters, you can't really, because the game doesn't actually intend for you to actually use it. It's like, okay, we know most gamers are used to the D-pad, so let's just put the D-pad in the most inconvenient location on our console ever. Okay, so if you can get above or below him, you've got a chance. But he moves so quickly up and down that there's not much opportunity to get properly situated. I'm done. You see his hitbox. His hitbox is not only in front of him, it's like a full square above him as well. You need to fucking clear out when he does that. It's... Why is the hitbox so big? That's what I want to know. Like, there's no reason that should be that big. There are so many reasons I don't like this boss. Okay, it wouldn't be so bad if that move wasn't send you back to the beginning of the dungeon, because that's... I'd rather it just fucking killed me, to be completely honest. Or maybe not kill me, but at least, like, maybe 4 or 5 hearts of damage. I'd rather that happen. Because that's less annoying. In my honest opinion, than being sent back to the beginning of the dungeon. There's nothing I hate more in a video game, in all honesty, than being sent back to the beginning of a dungeon that I've already, like, more than halfway through. Even if it's not that far of a walk. There's nothing I hate more, which is entirely why this guy is the worst boss ever made. You'll notice there's never been another fucking Mike Tyson in a Zelda game. Because they realize this is the fucking worst boss ever. And it's not even a boss, it's a mini-boss. I knew this was going to happen, you see. Because I played this game before, I knew this was coming. From the second I started playing this game, this is the day I was not looking forward to. The day I had to fight the worst boss in Zelda history. In my honest opinion. Because he basically is the worst boss in Zelda history. That was a really delayed fireball, so that screwed up my entire jumping thing. I don't know how I avoided any of those, but I will take it. Okay, worst boss ever. Oh my god, worst boss ever. Oh my god. Him. Please hit him. Oh my god. This is the boss that never... Oh my... What?! I'm done. I can't. No, I can't go back on my promise, but I... 1 second, I need a fucking beer. Like, I need alcoholic beverages at this point. This is the only way this is possible, with alcohol. Copious amounts of alcohol will help me beat this boss. Remember, kids, don't drink at home unless you're 21, but then you're not kids. So whatever. Or 18 if you're Canadian. I'm back, and I've got beer. Which beer usually isn't that strong. I felt like going upstairs and opening like a bottle of vodka or something I would, but I'm not at that point yet. Maybe in about 20 minutes I'll be at that point, if I don't beat this boss in the next 20 minutes. This is gonna be... You know what? Whenever I do upload this, I'm just gonna upload this entire boss fight as one video. Because I don't feel like editing this at this point. We are an hour in. I started fighting this boss about 15 minutes ago. I'm still fighting this boss. I am having so much fun, I'm not having fun. I've had to resort to drinking alcohol already. Which I usually don't do unless I'm watching hockey games. And even then I usually don't do unless it's my home team that I'm watching. And even then I usually don't do unless it's the third period, because they have a tendency to screw up games in the third period. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Boston-Toronto Game 7 and tell me how great that third period was. Not that I really cared that much about that, but... Like, I didn't get super butthurt like a lot of people did. Because at least it's Boston, for fuck's sakes. Toronto's terrible against Boston. I'm happy they made it that... I'm happy they even won, like, 2 games against them. I would have been happy with 2 games. I'm ecstatic that they won 3. And just incredibly sad by the way that they lost that Game 7. Because that was probably the worst loss. Like, maybe not in team history, but it's pretty up there. It's pretty up there. Maybe it's not, like, the entire Toronto-LA series, like Game 6, but it's pretty up there with bad things that have happened to this team over the last, like, 40-something years. Oh boy, here we go. My god, I got hidden. We're good, we're good. Clear out. Take the safe route. Okay, one hit. Oh my god, there's no way to dodge this. I somehow dodged that. Okay. This may be the run. No, it's not. Because I could not dodge that fast enough. Okay, so far I think the most hits I've gotten on him are 3. That was a 2-hit performance. Another swig of beer. Oh boy. Just a 2-second chug for now. If I finish this beer before I finish this boss, that's a pretty good sign that this boss is the worst thing ever. Because I usually don't drink when I play video games. Usually don't. Unless excessive levels of bullshit happen, I usually don't. And even then, I usually don't. This, however, is forever going to be known as probably one of the few bosses ever. Matter of fact, I think the only time ever that a boss in a video game has made me resort to drinking. Because I don't remember a single other time in my entire life where I've had to resort to drinking while fighting a boss in any game. Just can't think of one. I just fucking biffed that. Well, there goes full health advantage. Not that that was going to be much of an advantage anyway, but would have been something. Okay, we're good. I'm almost wondering if I should just go boomerang and shield. Because the boomerang even hurt him. Not from the front. Promise I have to get the boomerang by him. Which is a challenge in the... Okay, boomerang cannot hurt him. Things that would have been good to know about like 5 minutes ago. 2 hits. Oh my god, no, 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 no! I did it! I did it! He was a 4-hit boss. Without that level 2 sword, that would have been an 8-hit boss. How anyone would survive 8 hits with that guy is beyond me. Okay. While it's lagging, I'm gonna take a drink. Okay, we're good. No! 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 I need another drink already! Well, now I know where that thing's there. Now let's see if I can remember how to get to it. I have to kill this guy first. That's a fun task. Let's kill the really annoying guy.